right. Good morning, everybody. I'm sitting here trying to read some of the stuff in the chat, and I was like, okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
Good morning.
For new people, I'm Tiana Kidd. And Jessica, you can go ahead and say who you are real quick.
Oh yeah, I'm Jessica Richardson. Welcome again. It's been a little bit. We had a little break, but welcome back. Excited to be here again.
Yep. I feel like last week, like when we had to cancel class, we had a family funeral. So, but we were like, oh man, it was like, okay, what day can we come on? What other day can we come on? I was like, you know what, you just can't do everything. And so we did come to realize that, because last week I was literally trying to figure out, okay, if the service start, if this happened here, we could do this. I was like, forget it. You know what? We'll just post some stuff in the group. So hopefully you guys still found some information that we posted out in the group for you all. But again, sometimes, I'll just be honest with you. Just so you guys know, sometimes we don't post every day in the group, and it's not because there's not stuff to post, but sometimes it's like we don't just want to keep posting anything. It's sometimes because it's a matter of sometimes there are some great projects that are out there, but then sometimes it's like some of the stuff is just like junk, and I'm like, you can do something else more valuable with your time.
Yeah,
we've seen both sides of it. You're like, oh, that was wasting my time.
Yeah, we want the quality and the longevity of the project long term. So so especially with looking at projects like that, there's so much that's just coming out, and you can get in anything and everything nowadays. But if you're looking to really invest and try to make sure you're in projects for long term, you can also flip. So we ain't saying nothing wrong with flipping.
Yeah. We have started looking at that too. Mm-hmm. That's another aspect of what we may start doing some things of. But again, it's not a matter of something that we want to do like every single day, because I think as we kind of look at our portfolio, it's kind of like you look at some of the things that you might have gotten into and you've stayed into for a longer period of time. It's been more money probably if you wanted to cash out on those things versus doing the day-to-day flipping. But there are definitely a lot of people who are out there, who are doing a fantastic job of flipping. I mean, if that's your cup of tea, it is nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of opportunity, but sometimes what you can find out too is that sometimes you can get hung up in some stuff too by trying to do some flipping, back and forth.
That's right. Especially if you don't know when to get out.
Yep.
You're stuck in it at the wrong price because you came in at the wrong price. So
you're like, oops. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to ride this one out.
Yeah. That part.
We're telling you from experience, so we're not just like saying some of these things, but we have had some things. And again, we're very transparent. Not everything. We try to share with you guys different things as far as the news is concerned. That's new things, new projects that are coming out. But that still doesn't say that you don't need to do your own research, because sometimes for us we'll go on and we'll find something that sounds like really, really good. It's like it sounds like it's a great idea, and you look at it some more, and you're like, nah, I think I'm just gonna pass on that one. So again, don't take everything as if like when we're saying it that, hey, you should go ahead. We're not your financial advisor. Let's get that to be very transparent. For us, we do go in on projects and we're like, okay, this is what we're willing to lose, because within the NFT space you can take some losses. Granted, most of the time, if you look at it overall, Jessica, like even if one of our projects, and I know we keep talking about artifacts, but we're going to talk about that later, so we're not going to go get hung up on that one today. But one of those projects can literally take care of all the money you put out for the whole year.
That's right, for the whole year. Plus
for the whole year.
Mm-hmm. It's like picking that right one is everything. Picking this, yes, and that picking that right one allows you more comfortability of trying other things, also because you have that security of those projects that are successful, or at least going to make you some good returns because what they do have planned in their roadmaps.
Yep. Somebody said they were stuck, and I'm trying to read the chat too. Somebody said you're stuck, and yeah, I know we've been there. We've been there with you. At the moment, you'd be like, it ain't funny. You're like, how I get stuck in this doggone project? And you'd be like, well, it happens to all of us at some point. But again, that one or two projects, that you can normally get into, it can literally a year of salary for a lot of people is what you can make on some of these projects that are out here. And again, it's not a thing of saying, well, hey, does it always happen that way? No, it doesn't always happen that way. But literally, finding some of the right people to follow, finding the right projects can be very, 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 very good. I'm not saying that we're not even saying that stuff that you have to go out and spend thousands of dollars on, because when you start looking back at some of the projects, literally those projects only require people to put in $500 to $2,000 that are now worth $60,000 to $100,000 and $200,000. But again, it's not to say that that's going to be your everyday thing where, oh man, every time you get in, it's going to end up hitting it. No, it don't happen that way. But again, knowing which project you're in and knowing which ones you're going to try to stay in long term versus flipping, it will definitely be important. So all right, let me go ahead. I can talk about NFT stuff. We've been off. You be like that. That church be like, well, I didn't get
yes,
to last
exactly.
Week, I'm gonna make up for last week.
You end up like, okay, Pastor. All right, Jackie.
All right. We ain't gonna make up for last week on you.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot to talk about.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll start even with the MLB. We did have, if you signed up for early access, you were able to get some of those already. But for the public, they did start a drop today for the icon moments. They are currently sold out, but we did post this last week, I think even the week before that, and also this morning. So if you were able to get one of those packs, congratulations. It is the first of the All-Star Icon Pack. And they did have some previous drops that they opened up for everyone to come into. First, it was early access. This was like the play of the day. They dropped these the day after the games. And so you'll usually see the play of the days coming up. If you're paying attention to that drop site, they'll be having that day after game plays coming up for sale. And so just if you had the early access, you were able to come over here and purchase those. If you did not, the public sale did open today. Tomorrow, you can also get in on some of those. It won't be the icon pack. So make sure you're paying attention to that, the difference between the icon pack and the play of the day. And so, and then also before, because the drop is also going on with the WNBA. If you are in line for that, they do have their legendary packs. So I also want to start that because
I don't think I'm gonna get one.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it because my other screen over here, that's over here to the right, it don't have the right number on it.
Yeah, I was like, let me give a little notes. We about to talk about that now, but I was like, it is 8 minutes after the first drop. So if you're lucky enough, you might have one. If not, you're there waiting, like she says. Hopefully somebody will drop out the queue. Hopefully not.
It's gonna take a whole lot of people to drop out of the queue for me to get it back.
But yeah, as you guys can tell, going back to the MLB, the candy drop, these are the current ones that are that have ended. But you see, they have different plays of the day. So if you have a team that you do watch right now, the next day they're usually doing a drop on those. So if your team is playing and they're part of the deal with Candy, which they do own the IP to or have the rights to, so just pay attention to this one. If you are into the MLB, it is going to be the first of their drops for the candy. Of course, there have been some other exchanges that have done NBL moments, like even on wax, but these were going to be a lot different in the moments, the graphics and everything as well. So
I heard that.
Yeah, the graphics.
I heard what you said.
Oh yeah, you look. There was 25,000 of them.
Yeah, it was 25,000. So for them to have sold, I know some people were saying earlier that some of them were getting airs too. But I think it was a matter of, again, like if you didn't get the whitelist and so forth, or get in like when it first dropped, there was like you weren't going to get any at all.
Yeah,
so, and they only let you get one pack.
Yes. And to add to that, because some people even had early access and they didn't get that loaded page. So in the Discord, they did have a form for you to fill out if you had early access and you weren't able to get to that page because it maybe didn't load for you. So if anyone did have that, just check the Candy Discord as well. You can find that from this page specifically. Generally on the bottom of the page, they'll have their social medias. So if you do want to check that out or have any questions in regards to that, here in the corner of the Discord, there is a form to fill out there. And remember, a lot of these are early. You do see beta, just like with Dapper Labs. Everything is still beta right now, so you are going to incur errors. But you usually are able to get the better rewards because you are participating with the platform that early. So just understand you still are in beta for this platform also.
Good stuff. Good. Okay, and like Jessica said, if you did the legendary packs for the NBA women, and the people who are in line right now, that's the priority queue. You were able to get access earlier if you had a certain score to be in this particular drop. And it's a variation because some people are, again, like I said, you have to either make a decision as far as if you're going to still invest in the Top Shot. That's a decision that you totally have to make. Some of their numbers, again, have gone up and they have come back down again. So, but they haven't come down like drastically. So I'm not saying that they've come down to where you're like, you can't get your money back out of it. But, when you're looking at going from some of the cards, we were looking at, there were some women cards that were going for like $1,200, and those have dropped. Just was it $800, $700, $800?
Yeah, $750. That's right. I believe the less. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So some of those moments, have gone down a little bit, but again, if you're getting in thinking that you're gonna like spend $200 and you're gonna get $3,000 or $5,000, okay, you might not be able to do that. But if you're getting in spending the $200 or whatever the number is going to be on the packs of cards and saying, hey, you know what, I can double my money. That's been pretty easy to do, especially for early on. Does it always happen? I'm not going to say every one of your doggone cards in your pack is going to be able to flip and you're going to get double money. So don't be saying I told you that. I'm not saying that because I'm not refunding nobody. I risk just like you risk. And I'm in line just like you in line. And I'm probably not going to get one again, as I said it.
And the X month opening the MLB packs too. Right now I'm leaving mine closed. I do have them in the moments, but I guess if you were looking to go sell them already, I'm letting them still get their marketplace and everything in order. So in case they do have a better market for the packs, I will leave mine closed for now.
Yeah, and we have a problem opening packs sometimes. We'd be like, oh, you could have $100,000 item in there. You'd be like, I don't know. So I really looked at my packs the other day. I was like, I think I should go open some of these packs. Because if I find out I got a card in there, my husband's like, you had that in your wallet for how long?
I'm like, just sitting there.
Answer some questions coming up real soon.
So for my NBA shop, I'm not like that. I open up all my packs over there. I might have a couple of challenges that's not open, but I kind of know how that market is over there. The MLB, I haven't figured out how they're going to be participating. Like, is it going to be good sales? Is the pack going to be more worth the individual? But I still can't sell none unopened. Like you said, you don't know what you're giving away. It's gonna get open.
Like, what if they offer you? You'd be like, I don't even know what the number would have to be because it's a hard one when you're looking at. I got a pack that you just don't know what's in it. Do you take the money and run, or do you? And it's gonna be your strategy. So I can't financially tell you how to do that either because I'm in the same boat. So again, but hold on those packs if you like to hold on to those. All right, next topic.
Oh yes, the gaming launch. Some of you may have done the mining. I know I was doing the mining. I had everybody in the house signed up for mining. They've recently launched today. They said they officially going to launch that app. They did have 1.3 million users already. And if you do go to that app, they have like Solitary. They have Atari. The Atari. Here we go. Yes, here are some of the games they currently have. And as you're playing these games, you're earning the gaming token, which is one of the tokens that they do have that powers it. So. As you can tell, there are different games that you may like, some Solitary. You have some Atari Astro games here. So if you can just sit there and play these same games, but you're actually earning tokens in the background. And so it's their play to earn mobile game app that Amico Brands is part of. So, excuse me. So yeah, definitely if you are into playing games and are wanting to earn some of those funds, but just playing them through their actual app, go ahead and download that app. You can get it through the Google Play Store as well. And so they also had, that's the bots. Never mind. We'll go to that one. That's coming down and dropping. But yeah, play to earn is awesome. You're getting rewarded for playing games that you normally don't get any money for. So if you are interested in any of these games or notice that you play any of them on your free time,
that's the only one I like. That reminded me of the little Atari. That was like, I think I can still play that game. Some of these, I'll be honest. Some of these games, I'll be like, when y'all have them remote controls, and I'm like, you got like 8 buttons, and you got to remember which button is hit at the same time to jump and to run and to
see.
I'm like, just give me my remote control.
Did you go back to the Atari handle? Is that what
you mean? The Atari handle or the knobs?
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, what's the arcade system? Just give me the But that one has 6 on it too. The little arcade systems, but
yeah.
So yeah, and they're trying to make it a lot easier, access right to your phone. So even when you have Atari built into some of their games, they have so many old school games that you can actually play on the phones that people will probably be interested into. They've upgraded their graphics, so they're making it make sure that it looks good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that was a pre-mining.
Someone was asking about the game. It's another Amico brand. We keep talking about Amico brand every week because Amico brand is still doing big things. This one here, this is what the site was. So someone was asking that.
Oh yes, if you go to amicobrands.com and you can go into their about or their media section also, and then it'll come up with the articles that they've recently released, and that way you can find out everything that's currently going on in the moment as it's coming out.
And we'll try to get this one. I'm not sure if you already posted this one in the Facebook group. If not, we'll get this one posted. If it's not posted in the Facebook group, we'll post this in our Facebook group also for you guys. So that is that. And here's autograph again.
Yeah. With the Saw, if you're into horror films, I think it drops today. Actually,
It is.
they do have some different ones that you can get the collection for. Start the collection out. They have different ways of maybe how in the Saw movie someone met their demise. They have a lot of different stuff, but it is Autograph that's going to be hosting this. So as you can tell, you thought Autograph was just going to maybe have the Tom Brady, Simone Biles, athletes, stuff like that. But as you can see, they're actually also partnering with brands and movies. Lionsgate, I believe, is who owns this one. So they're going to be throwing a lot of different stuff at you besides just what you initially thought you may have signed up to have access on that site. And with this, they're also going to Discord access to this specific NFT. So if you are into that, like I said, there's different ones that and different cost points on those.
I'm
that you can
scared.
look at.
So I don't know if I want. I'm still scared.
I'll watch everything.
See, I don't watch everything. I'll be like this. I'm like, I can't even see the movie, but I got my.
The kids be like, "You watching ID right now? You ain't watching ID. You ain't even got to be here right now. I can watch ID all day long."
It's about music. If the music is what get me every time, I'll be trying to watch it, and then the music start going. I'll be like, "Okay, Lord, something's about to happen."
Like so you used to hear that Unsolved Mysteries music that used to come on back in the. Oh man!
I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I don't doubt if I'm gonna buy this one because I just. No.
Oh yeah, and just even say like you're saying with that, this everything we're putting out there, we're not saying you have to buy, but if you actually like this and you have an interest in it, you will purchase it. You have to figure if you purchase it as a collector and not as the flipper, or if you're trying to go into flipping it, it's kind of open and you don't really know what kind of market's gonna be. You might as well plan on holding that thing. But it is what it is. Everything that you're getting access to, it just needs time. So you may feel this may be something down the line that may not, but that's why you definitely do your own research on that and you make that decision for you.
Yeah. And it does say chapter 1. So just be aware if you are going to get this, it is going to be a series too. So, make sure you're trying to, if you're going to get it, you want to try to get all the chapters if possible. Mm-hmm. To me, that just makes things more valuable when you have the whole collection of something, if you ever decide to go sell that. So that's right. But again, my heart already beating. I'm like,
she didn't even play it.
I didn't go to music. She didn't even got music. You don't need to play the music. But if you can play the music on your own time.
You see that button view drop? She didn't even click it. You see?
I ain't trying to look at all that. Yeah, so, this will be definitely a great one for many people if you are not scary like me. Okay. All right. Now here's a little colorful people. We got to talk about this stuff. I'm not scared of it.
Yeah, she's not scared of the Blankos.
So not Blankos. But this is going to be a drop, that's going to be happening. So make sure you're looking out for this particular drop for Blankos. It's only going to be 1,000 of these. Okay, So again, you already know. Don't get your feelings hurt. It's probably going to sell out like pretty much almost instantly. So if you're a person that you don't want to get your feelings hurt or anything like that, just don't even go to the site. But if you are someone else, you're like, okay. I'm just letting you know. So this is going to
add to that. This artist did have, this is a special one, but they did do some previous before we bought the helmets and stuff like that. So we have the Blankos and the helmet for it, but this is a special edition. But you can also go to the marketplace and see how that artist's previous editions are doing. Of course, there's up and down moments with the marketplace as well, but this is only going to be 1,000. Is it $350?
It's 1,000.
No, I mean, I got the price. Initial, I was like,
price $350.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Yes. So that limited edition, you still normally are doubling. Even the Burberry that came out at that same price point, it came back down to like $700, but you're still doubling that amount. And a lot of these are still early, so that's only if you were looking to sell. So,
yes, sir. So that's stuff that they're going to have. Again, they'll have some other items that are definitely going to be cheaper. But again, you can definitely go in and look at this particular project because Blankos, we are still definitely buying Blanco stuff, and we definitely still have Blanco stuff. Okay, the time frame of flipping strategy that generally plays out, meaning 3 days, 1 month. As far as great question. Someone asked a question as far as is there a time frame as far as with the flipping? I've seen some flippers, that normally sometimes they'll go in for the day, meaning like let's see if they see something that's moving fairly well on OpenSea. You can go to OpenSea to the stats tab and look and see different things as far as that are moving for the day. So if you want to get in some things that are moving for that day, some people are day flippers. They're literally they may get in, let's say at half a ETH, and their goal may be to get to 0.75. That's still a great flip when you're looking at the numbers of how much you can literally make. And if you happen to get in some of the projects that are like really, really moving, I've seen people go in literally and buy something for half an ETH and turn it into a full ETH or 2 ETH in the same day. It was a couple projects yesterday that we were looking at. I'm not trying to put all our information, but this is
I'm laughing to jump out. Even that last one that came out yesterday. But no, yeah. Well, even to I was going to say, even to adding to that, like when you're saying the minting, if they're getting it at mint price, they're okay. They're perfectly fine to come in and flip it. But some people will know how to read the activity and know when to get out. A lot of people don't know how to read the activity and to get out, or even to pay attention when the sales are coming in, the offers, how to read, how to place your offer with those offers already out there. So even with us, we've noticed the long time plays are the most rewarding. But if you're looking to just flip and make money and invest it, it could be like she's saying that same day. You would just get it. You get it at mint price. It came out. You go on OpenSea first, and the activity is all pushing it because it's there in that moment. Because a week later, that thing might be coming down a little bit. It's starting to finally.
Someone's talking. They're talking about, because I was going to say prime example, and we're going to talk about it too. Is the shoe. On TikTok, but on Nifty. So Nifty, the thing with Nifty is that one thing you definitely got to be aware of on Nifty, depending on which particular artist you're buying. Sometimes because Nifty can go up and down. If you're buying an artist that that's well known and their previous art, so that means it's going to take you a little bit of time as far as doing a little research of looking at what their previous art has sold for. So hypothetically, if let's say they had another art they sold it for $1,000 and it's previously selling for $2,500 or $2,000. Okay, that may be a good artist that you might want to pick up to where you say, okay, I know I can go in, buy this particular piece of art, maybe today for $500. They have a drop for $500, and you might be able to get it sold for $1,100. But you also have to take into the consideration that when you're selling for the $1,100, so hypothetically you have $600 to play with. Nifty's going to take some of that money, and also the artist is also going to get some of that money. So in actuality, you still could go in and make, let's say, an additional $250. So 50%, add 50% to your money, to your initial investment. So that's one way of doing it when you're looking at trying to flip on Nifty Gateway. But sometimes Nifty's, it's going to be a touchy one. For me, the drawings is where you can really make a lot of the money. Because, if you're getting in on some of the drawings, and you're getting them for $1, sometimes you can get them for $100, something you can get them for let's say $500. Those are the ones where I can see, because there's a limited amount editions on those. There's not like you're going to be in an open edition where you may be getting 300 art pieces in that one, because now you got to fight 300 people. But if you're getting something that's only 20 or 25 pieces, that means you can make some very good money on those pieces. Because the last couple of days, some of the ones that I definitely have not won of the drawings, but congrats to anyone who has one. Some of those have come out for $500, and they've easily gone up to several $1,000s to be able to flip those. So again, if you're looking at Nifty, I would definitely pay attention and learn the aspect of trying to enter some of the drawings and flipping some of those versus trying to do some of the open editions. Just got to know your thoughts on that.
Oh yeah, to add to that, because like even when they're the market of when they first come out and the day of the drop, they usually will do the double amount that same day, just because other people haven't got them, and then they also start to drop down some. So the quickest move sometimes in flipping them, it may be that same day if you were looking for the money side of it. But with Nifty, especially how they're doing 1099 and everything, I would be very careful with how I am flipping on Nifty Gateway. If you're flipping daily like that, just make sure you have a CPA or whatever, you have it figured out, because especially when you're looking to deposit or cash out from Nifty, we know that goes to the bank. If we're paying with prepaid ETH, of course, we can withdraw those funds back to ourselves. But if you're going to be looking to do daily flips with Nifty, you can do that same day. Sometimes you can double it within that first drop, but you just got to be careful, because some of my art pieces are the same as maybe I pay $700 and they're $2,200 or $2,800 today. I could have also got that same $2,800 if I first would have sold it that first week when it was first out, or that first day, possibly, within that month. So it is a little tricky, but some of the pieces, specifically when they do come out that day too, you can double it. It's just if that's how you want to do it. But Nifty is getting a little tricky on how they are now processing all your
You're gonna have a strike.
Your transactions.
Yeah, you need a strike. So,
yeah,
the great point. Okay, it says the drop has ended, so I didn't get a pack of cards. I just thought I should say that for the record.
Yeah,
I'll get into the next.
Did your husband get a pack?
No,
did your husband get a pack?
He only he only got 8 cards. We just started.
Yeah, you might have transferred some of them over there.
He only got 8 cards. Maybe he might have a pack. So no, he ain't got no pack. So we're gonna have to see. Maybe he might qualify for the next one. But again, I think that's someone said about the Aku. So again, remember with the Aku pieces, some people are definitely holding on to some of those for the mica pieces. They're definitely holding those because remember, if you have three of this series, you're going to end up getting the next edition a free airdrop for that. So some people have a strategy as far as when they're buying the series that just came out, preparing for the next series that's going to come out. Because at the end, every month there's going to be one coming out. My personal strategy is that because I have the first edition number 1, and then I got the free airdrop of number 4. I got 2 of those. I'm now buying 2 of every edition that comes out. That's my strategy because I want to get 2 airdrops. I think it's edition 7 or 8. I think it's edition 8, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, edition 8. I think then I'll get 2 airdrops of that particular thing. And then at that point, if I wanted to go sell my series 4, 5, 6, and 7 and whatever the number's going to be.
She's not going to sell that. So in her mind, she tried to say it. I want to buy 2 more. So now...
See, my sister's like, y'all see, my sister been talking about me. We do this conversation every day.
She's not selling it. Yeah, because that's funny. But yeah, at least they got in on the first one, like you're saying, that they can get that next one for free. Yeah. And of course, the more you own, the more you're entitled to his metaverse that he's building out in the world, the game. So you at least even started with edition 5. Even no matter what, I've started off with the buying them all. You do want to watch the market on it. You're going to have to decide if you're investing in it to be in the project. Because it's going to be 10 series, and at some point they may start, you may not flip them as much. So you have to figure out if you're trying to flip it or if you actually want to do it because you're looking to be in the metaverse, the game side, the token side of things also. So there's benefits in also purchasing it, and it may not go to that double or triple how you want it, but there'll be other benefits that you will be entitled to by holding those pieces. But what he has building out and all of the projects he's working with are now working with Visa and stuff like that. It should be a good piece for you. It's not going to be as high as the other pieces previously because there were only so many buyers in it, and the more buyers in it now know. But it's a great start.
Piece number 3, I think, was it was selling for $20,000. Mm-hmm. There was somebody who came in and bought like 5 of those, and I think they paid up to $20,000 for something that someone had paid $900 for. I'm sorry, so let's say $1,000 for. It sold for $19,999. So $20,000 is what it sold for. And so, like I said, you can definitely always go back and look at the activity to see where your piece is currently at. But again, I think like Jessica said, you have to decide if you're going to be a flipper, or if you're going to be someone that's in the project for a long term. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good questions. Okay. So that's Blankos. We talked about Blankos.